Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to, I think this is episode 3 of Midnight Journaling. This is basically a series where I just turn on the camera whenever I'm doing one of my longer journaling / planning sessions, and I just talk about some random topic. Before I get into this episode's topic, I will just quickly go over what I'm doing. So I started off by filling in my bullet journal very quickly, and then I moved on to filling in my Hobonichi weeks a little bit, and then my Hobonichi cousin, and then towards the end of the video I actually went back to my bullet journal and did some pen swatches. So yeah, this video is kind of all over the place, but I hope you enjoy it anyways. So in this episode I want to talk about some quote-unquote healthy things that I'm doing lately for myself, and I think most of these are not completely straightforward things, so I hope that if you happen to relate to any of them, maybe you can take inspiration for your own life as well. So the first thing that I've been doing is regarding food. I have been trying to feed myself the way I feed others, and I know this sounds a little weird, but I think one of the ways that I show my care and my love for other people is through food. Like, I buy their favorite snacks, or I bake things for them. For my parents, I make their lunches every day. Not because they ask me to or anything, but it's just like a way of showing my gratitude since, you know, they've been packing my lunches for years. I put in like a lot of effort into plating and making sure the nutrition's good and all of that. But then for myself, I just like grab a granola bar, some baby carrots and some toast, just like really quick things. I scarf things down really quickly and then I get back to work right away. Obviously there's nothing inherently wrong with a granola bar or baby carrots or toast, but I guess in general I just don't really put in a lot of time or thought into my own food and nutrition. So lately this is one change that I've been making, where I just put in some extra thought and love into my own food. So yeah, that's something that's been making me feel a little better lately. Okay, number 2 is talking to strangers. And this sounds super scary, especially as someone who is very shy and reserved and also socially awkward. I am introverted, but you know, being introverted doesn't always mean that you're not outgoing. I just happen to be both introverted and shy. But something that I've been doing lately is if I have something nice to say, I will just say it. For example, there was this lady at the post office, and she had the coolest hair. She dyed it like a mixture of teals, purples, and magentas, and it looked really, really cool. So I told her that I really liked her hair, and she was very happy about that. It doesn't always work out in my favor though, because there was this other time where I told the cashier that I really liked her eyes, and her immediate response was, "These are contacts." And it wasn't like mean or anything, but I just totally wasn't expecting that, so I had no responses prepared and it was very awkward. But I guess I've just lately been pushing myself in these little ways of talking with strangers. What else? There's this guy who walks his dog every morning, and I basically see him every single morning. And it's been several months, but literally just yesterday I said good morning and he said good morning back, and it just felt really almost exhilarating to kind of overcome this really small fear. So yeah, talking to strangers has been something that I've been doing a little bit more. Number 3 is not being so rigid in my schedule and not being so controlling. This is really difficult for me, and especially as someone who plans, I think you can understand that when plans don't go according to plan, it gets a little bit overwhelming. And I've been noticing that whenever unexpected things come up and my schedule shifts or something gets canceled or rescheduled, it just really rocks my world in a bad way, and it really upsets my mental health. And I didn't really like that, because it's inevitable that there will be things outside of my control that impacts my own schedule, and if I'm gonna get upset every time that happens, then I feel like that's kind of a problem. So these days when I'm scheduling out my day and I'm writing down my to-do list and I'm writing down my schedule, I kind of mentally prepare myself. I tell myself, okay, at this hour, at like 2 p.m., I would like to work on this. But, you know, if something comes up and I'm not able to work on this at 2 p.m., then that's not a problem. I can do this in the evening if needed, or I can move this to tomorrow. It's not a problem. And it's more so a mental thing. So if I just mentally prepare myself that at 2 p.m. this is what I would like to do, but it's possible that it might not happen. I find that if something does happen to hinder me at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then I'm not as, you know, worried or anxious or just like going down the spiral of bad thoughts because something didn't go according to my plans. Number 4 is cleaning one area every day. I definitely work better in kind of like an organized mess. So honestly, like I love seeing super clean workspaces on social media, but for me, I'm actually the most creative if things are just a little bit messy. So this is also why I don't really post like inspirational workspace photos, because there's honestly nothing inspirational about my workspace. But you know, it does get to a point where it's a little bit too messy for my liking, and I find it, I kind of have this like all or nothing mindset. So if it gets too messy, then I feel like, oh, I need to clean everything, and I just simply don't have the time to devote 3 hours to clean my entire desk. So what I found helpful is every day I will just clean one area of my room or my workspace. For example, it could literally just be one drawer of my set of drawers. So I have this like Alex drawer with 5 smaller drawers, and I will just clean like literally one of the drawers every day. Or I have a bookshelf with 9 shelves, and I will just clean one shelf every day. It takes like maximum 20 minutes, and it allows me to just kind of keep my space relatively organized but still keeping a little bit of messiness, so I still kind of maintain some of my creativity, if that makes any sense. Definitely let me know if you're someone who likes an organized mess as well. Okay, I think we're on number 5. This one is a little TMI, which stands for too much information. I don't know if I should be sharing this with everyone on the internet, but this is called midnight journaling, so I'm kind of removing my typical filters. So number 5 is about going to the bathroom. So I have this thing where, you know, I feel like I need to pee, but then I'm working on something, so I'm like, okay, I will just quickly finish this and then I'll go to the bathroom. But then, oh look, a new email came in, so I will respond to that email, and I should probably respond to those comments as well, and I will finish this other task, and then I just keep going until I just like physically can't hold it in anymore, and then I go to the bathroom. And I think most people know that this is physically just really unhealthy for your body, but also just like mentally, I am so much more stressed because obviously my body is not being relieved. Oh gosh, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's true. Like I just get so much more anxious because I want to get things done as quickly as possible so that I can go to the bathroom, even though I can literally go if I wanted to. And also like the quality of my work also goes downhill because again, I'm rushing and my mind isn't fully focused on the task at hand. And it feels kind of silly to say, but yeah, at 22 years old, I am training myself to go to the bathroom when I feel like I need to. Number 6 is my morning walks and my evening walks are non-negotiable. So in the morning, I typically walk to the gym, but even if I take a break from the gym just as a rest day, I still go on a walk in the morning. And then typically after dinner or something, or in the afternoon, I will go on another walk. And these are just recently non-negotiables in my life. Even on the day my dad flew back to China to take care of my grandmother and everything was incredibly busy, I just, you know, ensured that the immediate things were handled, and then I went on a quick 10-minute walk and then I came back. It's just something that I need in order to feel decently well to take on the day. And And it used to be just a morning walk, but then in the past week and a half or so, I have been implementing an evening walk as well. And I found this to be just so helpful in order to kind of clear my head and tackle everything else that I need to do for the rest of the evening. So yeah, my walks range anywhere from 10 minutes to 40 minutes or an hour. Typically it's around the 30-minute mark, but it just feels really good. And I think a lot of people can benefit from just walking outside in nature for a little bit. So I think those are the main healthy-ish changes that I've been making in my life recently. There are some obvious ones like, you know, sleeping more or cutting down on caffeine a little bit, stuff like that. But I feel like those are things that most people know of. I just try to cover some things that might be a little bit unconventional. So yeah, if you have any of your own healthy habits that are not talked about as much, definitely leave them down below. And maybe there are some things that I didn't even notice I was doing and that I could change to improve my own life. Okay, we're nearing the end of the video and it looks like we are swatching some fun gel pens. One of my customers named Anna, she sent these all the way from Australia. I don't think these are Australian exclusive, but she just sent them from Australia. And these are so awesome. They are Deco Shine gel pens, and I think they're meant to be used also on black cardstock, so they really pop against a black background. So I'm just currently using them in my Leuchtturm to swatch, but they're so smooth, they're so vibrant, and I haven't tested them on black paper yet, but I think it would show up really, really well. I do hear my neighbor's sprinklers going off, so I think I will end off the video here. I hope this was kind of a worthwhile video to watch. I hope something positive came out of it, and yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye!